Greetings, everyone. As you know, I'm Sister Michelle, and our guest speaker today is Sister Roshni, and she is from India, South India. Um, and we are in the process, she's going to present to us today on the topic of integral ecology as understood through the eyes of India. And as a nation, and then she's going to talk about NGOs, non-governmental organizations, NGOs that are there, and then also through the communities, through the eyes of the community of the poor handmaids in India. So at this point, I want to welcome Sister Roshni. So glad that you're here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sister, for your warm welcome. I hope I'll do justice to the topic.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
We will learn. We will learn. So if you would like to
Yeah.
share your screen with us, that would be great.
Yes, sister, sure. Let me share it.
Okay. It's always the moment, yes.
Yeah.
Great.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's okay. I can see it just fine. Okay.
Let me share the content of my sharing. So I'll give the small definition of the integral ecology and quote from Laudato Si and country's contribution and understanding towards integral ecology and contribution of integral ecology by the Catholic Church and by the NGOs as well as by the PHS sisters. And of course, a few challenges faced by people in India and small conclusions.
Okay.
Here comes the definition. Integral ecology is a holistic understanding of global challenges to human activities, behaviors, and relationships. While some economics, businesses, and individuals have adopted green practices, the global system as a whole is still far from any practice of integral ecology. According to Pope Francis, he says that integral ecology unites the human and physical environment, both respecting the human family and renewing the relationship with nature. In Pope Francis, in his encyclical Laudato Si, chapter 4, he emphasized the integral ecology. Here he pointed out few points specifically: environmental, economic, and social ecology, cultural ecology, ecology of daily life, the principles of the common good, and justice between the generations. I will have a few glimpses of it. The first one, the environmental, economic, and social ecology, just as the different aspects of the planet, physical, chemical, and biological, are interrelated. So too living species are part of a network. When we speak about the environment, what we really mean is that it's a relationship coexisting between nature and the society. Nature cannot be regarded as something separate from ourselves or as a mere setting in which we live. We are part of nature, included in it, and thus in constant interaction with we live in. We urgently need a humanism, people of bringing together the different fields of knowledge, including economics, in the service of a more integral and integrating vision, says Pope Francis. Cultural ecology. There is a need to respect the rights of people and cultures and to appreciate that the development of a social group presupposes an historical process which takes place within a cultural context and demands the constant and active involvement of local people from within their proper culture. So respecting culture is the basic need of a human beings. The disappearance of the culture is just as serious or even more serious than the disappearance of species of planet or animal.
Sure.
The imposition of a dominant lifestyle linked to a single form of production can be just as harmful as the altering of ecosystem. Coming to the ecological of daily life, for them, the indigenous people, land is not a commodity, but rather a gift from God and from their ancestors who rest there, a sacred space with which they need to interact if they are to maintain their identity. As a human persons, as we are, we need to protect common areas, which increase our sense of belonging, of rootedness, of feeling at home within a city that includes us and brings us together. Finally, the principles of common good. An integral ecology is inseparable from the notion of the common good, a central and unifying principles of social ethics. The common good is the sum of those conditions of social life which allow social groups and their individual members relatively thorough and ready access to their own fulfillment. So these are the small quotes I had taken from the encyclical written by Pope Francis. Now, let me come back to the understanding and the contributions of our country towards integral ecology. In the encyclical written by Pope Francis and published in 2015, addresses the interconnectedness of environmental, social, and economic issues and calls for a holistic approach to integral ecology. The Diocese in the Catholic Church, in relation to the guidance of Pope Francis, has taken several steps to support integral ecology in connection with Laudato Si. Some key initiatives are integral ecology is a concept rooted in the intersection of environmental, social, economic, and cultural dimensions of human life. It emphasizes in the interconnectedness of all living things and promotes a holistic approach to addressing environmental challenges. The understanding and application of integral ecology can vary among individuals and communities within the country, like India, as it is depends upon factors such as education, cultural background, and awareness. In India, we have diverse cultures, religions, and ecosystems coexist. Integral ecology may be interpreted and embraced in various ways. Some key aspects of India understand integral ecologies are on the basis of cultural and spiritual context. India has a rich tradition of incorporating ecological principles in its cultural and spiritual practices. Many Indian religions, such as Christianity, Hinduism, Buddhism, and Jainism, advocate for respect and harmony with nature. One of the articles written by Vastavaya Kundampakam mentioned the concepts like the world is one single family, underscore the interconnectedness of all life. Secondly, when we look at the traditional ecological knowledge, indigenous communities in India often possess traditional ecological knowledge that is deeply rooted in sustainable practices. This knowledge, passed down through generations, involves a harmonious coexistence with nature and understanding of ecosystems. Third, environmental policies. The Indian government has introduced various environmental policies and initiatives to address ecological challenges. These include measures to reduce pollution, promote renewable energy, and ensure sustainable development. Fourth, we have a civil society and activities. Civil society organization and environment activists play a crucial role in promoting integral ecology in India. Movements advocating for sustainable development, climate action, and conservation have gained momentum to people actively engaging in environmental causes. Therefore, as we enter into these activities, country also faced a lot of challenges and as well as we had opportunities. India faced numerous environmental challenges, including air and water pollution, deforestation, and climate change. Integral ecology is seen as a framework that addresses these challenges by considering the interconnectedness of environmental, social, and economic factors. This is recently, like 2 days back, we have gone for a visit. This is one of the eco-friendly flower show in connection to our Republic Day in forthcoming on 25th. So they have shown how important is ecology in our countries.
Mhm.
So now coming back to the church or the congregations that we had supported integral ecology is promoting awareness and education. Through our various institutions have been actively promoting awareness and education about integral ecology based on the teachings of Laudato Si. The congregation encourages its members to reflect on their lifestyles and consumption patterns, fostering a sense of responsibility for the care of creation. This involves educating clergy, religious people, and the laity on the importance of environment stewardship through training and seminars. Another point we have implementation of Laudato Si goals. We are aware of what the Vatican has encouraged dioceses and Catholic organizations to implement the goals and principles outlined in Laudato Si. This includes integrating environmental concerns into master plans and promoting sustainable practices within Catholic institutions. And another point Catholic Church or religious group has taken is advocacy and collaboration. In collaboration with our pastoral ministries, we have engaged in advocacy efforts to address environmental issues at the local level to advocate for climate action, social justice, and integral ecology. The church also collaborates with other religious and non-religious organizations to address environmental challenges collectively. And we have another point, promotion of sustainable practice. The Sustainable Development Goal 15 of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development is developed to protect, to restore, and promote sustainable use of terrestrial ecosystem, sustainable managed forest, combat desertification, and halt and reverse land degradation and halt biodiversity loss. Catholic organizations and institutions have encouraged and have been encouraged to adopt environmental sustainable practices. This include promoting energy efficiency, waste reduction and recycling, and promoting sustainable agriculture. Many religious communities and institutions have embraced renewable energy sources and eco-friendly building practices. This could include adopting energy efficient technologies, practicing waste reduction and recycling, sustainable agriculture practice. And ecological conversion, Laudato Si emphasizes the need for an ecological conversion, a transformation in how individuals and society relate to the environment. The congregations encourages its members to reflect on their lifestyles and consumption pattern, fostering a sense of responsibility for the care of creation. Laudato Si Action Plan. In 2021, Pope Francis launched the Laudato Si Action Platform, a 7-year initiative aimed at inspiring and encouraging concrete actions for integral ecology. It involves 7 goals, including response to the cry of the earth, a response to the cry of the poor, ecological economics, and adopting sustainable lifestyles. And we also have interfaith dialogue. The Catholic Church, men and women, religious congregations actively participates in interfaith dialogue on environmental issues, recognizing that environmental challenges are global and affect people of all affairs. The Church collaborates with the leaders of other religious traditions to find common ground and solutions. Here are some of the pitches recently some of the organization or congregations has used for giving training and awareness. This is awareness of integral ecology by religious groups.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one, awareness of integral ecology by religious group. She is spoken in the Vatican News, and her article also is out. That is in Bihar, one of the state in India. Another one, we have safeguarding measures for the protection of children and vulnerable persons through rally and training program conducted in different CRI units, that is Catholic Religious Con of India, international level, and different congregations. And we have an inter-dialogue religious group meeting on the basis in different occasions. So they had different talks on different issues. Coming back to the non-governmental organization contribution towards ecology, I, being a social worker, professionally a social worker, I thought, let me look into what are the NGOs has done for the integral ecologies. And having contact with some of the peoples, I found that the concept of integral ecology, which emphasizes the interconnectedness of environmental, social, economic, and cultural issues, has gained prominence in recent years. Non-governmental organizations, that is NGO, and social action ministries have increasingly embraced integral ecology as a framework for addressing complex global challenges. Here are some points. First and foremost, they looked at holistic approach. Integral ecology encourages a holistic approach to addressing environmental and social issues. NGOs and social action ministries have shifted from isolated initiatives to comprehensive programs that consider the independence of ecosystems, communities, and economics. Second point that they have focused was intersectionality. NGOs and social action ministries recognize the interconnectedness of various forms of inequality and injustice, including environmental degradation, poverty, and social inequality. They strive to address these issues collectively, understanding that a solution to one problem often requires addressing others. And third one, collaboration and partnership. They understood that when a single entity cannot achieve a great effort, so they emphasized on collaboration and partnership. Embracing integral ecology has led to increased collaboration between NGOs, social action ministries, governments, businesses, and local communities. By working together, organizations can leverage their strengths and resources to create more effective and sustainable solutions. Another point that they have focused was advocacy for policy change. NGOs and social action ministries actively engage in advocacy efforts to promote policies that align with the principles of integral ecology. This includes advocating for environmentally sustainable practices, social justice, and policies that address the root cause of systematic issues. And another point and important points that they focused was education and awareness. They gave a crucial role in raising awareness about integral ecology. They educate communities, policymakers, and the public about the interconnectedness of environmental and social issues, fostering a deeper understanding of the need for holistic solutions, promoting environmentally friendly technologies, supporting sustainable agriculture, and advocating for response, conservation, and protection. And finally, they believe that if need to be executed all these policies or programs, they need to be built a capacity building. Having understood that, they involved building the capacity of communities to address their own challenges. NGOs and social action ministries focus on empowering communities by providing them with tools, knowledge, and resources needed to implement sustainable and equitable solutions. Overall, embracing integral ecology has led NGOs and social action ministries to adapt a more comprehensive and interconnected approach to addressing environmental and social challenges. This shift reflects an understanding that solution must the complexity addresses the complexity and interdependence of various factors to create lasting and positive change. So these are the some of the NGOs taken an effort to build an environment for the people and their wellness.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to the PHSC as a V congregation, as of my knowledge, the Poor Handmaids of Jesus Christ in India has embraced Pope Francis' encyclical Laudato Si and has likely undertaken various initiatives to support integral ecology. Here are some general ways in which we contributed to the society. Why did we choose this one or embrace it? The signs of our times reason we must care for the earth. Pollution and climate change. The issue of water is a basic necessity. Loss of biodiversity in the world, endangered society, species, the decline in quality of human life as well as breakdown of society, change in the global economy. The last sign identified by the Holy Father is that of weak response and indifference towards Laudato Si action when it comes to the negligence of the poor, responding to the needs of the vulnerable, and effects of climate change and pollution of the environment. And we have taken into consideration through our prayer and reflection in our provinces, integrate ecology themes into our spiritual practices, encouraging members to reflect on their relationship with the environment and the call for ecological conversion. This may involve incorporating prayers and reflections on creation care into liturgical events. Mm-hmm. And we also had collaboration with local communities. Provincial leadership in both provinces often engage with the local communities to address environmental challenges and promote sustainable development. This could involve collaborating with local organizations, CRI units, supporting environmental projects, and advocating for policies that align with the principles of integral ecology. Another point we focused was social justice initiatives. Integral ecology, as emphasized in Laudato Si, is closely linked to social justice. Sisters, especially who involved in social action ministry, initiate to address the needs of vulnerable communities affected by environmental degradation, climate change, or other ecological issues. PHC India and Laudato Si, what we are doing in India is about protecting the earth and encouraging farming activities. We cultivate trees and the soil and grow healthy foods for consumption. Recycle and decompose natural waste materials in pit, thereby making use of them as manure for crop growth, and give awareness in not using plastic and other materials that are not decomposable, encourage nature meditation and fresh air. Mm-hmm. These are some of the things they embrace, the cultivating vegetables, plants, all those things. And we also love to graze the goats and cows, all those things produce a natural food. Mm-hmm. In the social action ministries, we have given awareness and people were become aware of it. They were involved in tree plantations. Even in the education ministries, the students were created awareness and the students themselves were given awareness to the public and sisters are planting trees. And PHSC sisters in collaborations with different units like CRIs in our different states. I put only my state, I mean, where I am there. So we also go to give awareness and be filled with the oneness of the people, marginalized people, visit, give awareness, spend time with them. And these are the things. Now coming back to the few challenges that we faced in India, we often become victims of earthquakes in different parts of India. Volcanic activities, landslides, droughts, wildfires, storms, floods, violence towards women, children, religious groups, corruption, and deprivation of rights, etc. These are the challenges that still we face even today. And another thing that I would like to say is that even Pope Francis once again emphasized in encyclical Laudato Si, men and women of our more postmodern world run the risk of rampant individualism. And many problems of society are connected with today's self-centered culture of instant gratification. We see this in crisis of families and social ties and the difficulties of recognizing the other. Definitely that even is in our own congregations, in our societies, even families, that I-centeredness. We need to change that attitude. As I conclude as my topic, in conclusion, the topic, I would say India's understanding of integral ecology is multifaceted, drawing on cultural, spiritual, and traditional knowledge, as well as contemporary environmental initiatives and policies. It reflects a recognition of the interdependence between human well-being and the health of the environment. When we speak of the environment, what really mean is a relationship existing between nature and the society which we live in it. Nature cannot be regarded as something separate from ourselves or as a mere setting in which we live. We are part of nature, included in it, and thus in constant interaction with it. With this, I conclude it. These are some of the link that I had a glance on it, especially that you yourself have shared with me. I'm happy about it. That's it, myself. Thank you,
Thank
sister.
you. Thank you. You can stop sharing now because I just want to talk with you for a moment. A couple of
Yes.
things that I
Yeah.
heard.
Yes.
I love the fact because India is so diverse, north to south, the whole bit, east to west. I love the fact when you showed the pictures of different organizations, different religious organizations, and different religious leaders getting together because each of those traditions have their own background and history and knowledge in the care of the earth. So that was one thing that I was like, wow, to have all kinds of religious organizations working together toward sharing those principles that characterize them as a as a religious organization. That's marvelous. And you really shared from a whole variety of perspectives. So we have a much different image. I personally have a much different image of how India is as a country and as NGOs and as poor handmaids are all working on issues that relate to integral ecology. Thank you so much. Thank you for this presentation.
Thank you.
And
Thank you, sister.
we really appreciate, Roshni, that your work on that and the resources that you offered at the end. Marvelous, because then anyone can go in and take a look at those resources and click on them. save them, take a snapshot of them, and then use those resources. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for being
So
here.
I only just taken from the as a whole, like I not taken from every individual articles, but these are the people who has really worked towards India towards the integral ecologies. So as
Excellent.
a nutshell, I had taken from here and I just place it. That's it.
Excellent.
So
Thank
thank you, sister, for these great opportunities. Though it is not exactly my cup of tea, but
Yes.
I thought let me contribute something my knowledge. And since I have a lot of collaborations with the peoples, it was easy for me within short time to just do it something. I hope I
Yes.
did this.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much, sister, for the great opportunities.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
certainly welcome, and thank you. Roshni stepped in when another speaker declined, actually, kind of, and so I really appreciate the fact that you put this together, even though that's not your it's not your necessarily your everyday work. However, I really think it's the work of every one of us for every day. So it's the other piece. It's the changing our perception and saying, yes, while maybe you weren't so versed in it, you really had an opportunity to pull that together. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And that ends our presentation for today.
Thank you.